Trump appoints Ortagus as Deputy Mideast Envoy. Now let's see who is Ortagus. Morgan D. Ortagus, born July 10, 1982, is an American television commentator, financial analyst, and political advisor who served as spokesperson for the United States Department of State from 2019 to 2021 during the Trump administration. She previously held government positions as a deputy attaché and intelligence analyst at the United States Department of the Treasury and as a public affairs officer at USAID. Ortagus worked as national security contributor at Fox News prior to her appointment as State Department spokesperson. She's an officer in the United States Navy Reserve. During her time at the State Department, she was critical of Iran and China, particularly over the Chinese Communist Party's efforts to shift blame to the United States for the COVID-19 pandemic. She played a key role in the Abraham Accords. She is the founder of Polaris National Security, co-chair of the Women's Democracy Network at the International Republican Institute, and a member of the Board of Advisors for the China Center at Hudson Institute. Ortagus was a candidate for Tennessee's 5th Congressional District in the 2022 election, but was disqualified by the Tennessee Republican Party despite her endorsement by President Donald Trump. In 2006, Ortagus worked as press secretary of former Deputy National Security Advisor K.T. McFarland's Senate campaign. Prior to that, she worked on Adam Putnam's campaign staff. Ortagus was a volunteer on the Jeb Bush 2016 presidential campaign. From 2007 to 2008, Ortagus was a public affairs officer at United States Agency for International Development, USAID, spending several months in Baghdad, Iraq. She attended a Hanukkah ceremony in one of Saddam Hussein's former palaces in Baghdad. Ortagus returned to government in 2019 as his spokesperson for the U.S. State Department, succeeding Heather Nauert. Washington Post columnist Josh Rogin described Ortagus as a bridge between the establishment and more conservative wings of the Republican foreign policy communities, and wrote that she was friends with Eric Trump and Ivanka Trump. She served until the end of the Trump administration, going on maternity leave in November 2020. During her tenure, she promoted the Abraham Accords, which brokered peace agreements between Israel and the United Arab Emirates, Bahrain, and Sudan. Post-government, Ortagus was a senior advisor for the Scowcroft Center for Strategy and Security at the Atlantic Council, but left by March 2022. She also is a founding investor of Rubicon Founders, a healthcare investment firm based in Nashville, Tennessee. In February 2021, on February 7, 2022, Ortagus announced her candidacy for the Republican nomination for Tennessee's 5th Congressional District. 2 weeks prior, former President Donald Trump endorsed Ortagus for a potential congressional run, saying that "I am told the very strong and impressive Morgan Ortagus is exploring a run in Tennessee's 5th Congressional District." Politico forecasted a competitive Republican primary, with some frequent Trump allies backing other candidates. Following Trump's endorsement, the Tennessee General Assembly passed a bill on March 29 to require congressional candidates live in the district they represented, and to have lived in the state for the 3 years prior. If signed by the governor, the law's provisions would have taken immediate effect, disqualifying Ortagus. The Tennessean reported that the bill targeted Ortagus' candidacy. Instead, Governor Bill Lee allowed the bill to become law unsigned, but only after the congressional filing deadline had passed. As the law's requirements were not retroactive, it did not apply to Ortagus' campaign. On April 19, the Tennessee Republican Party's Executive Committee removed Ortagus and 2 other candidates from the primary ballot for the 5th District. The party stated that official challenges had been filed against the 3, obligating their removal from the ballot per party bylaws. On June 10, the Tennessee Supreme Court ruled that the Republican Party had not violated open meetings laws, thus keeping the 3 off the ballot. Maury County Mayor Andy Ogles won the Republican primary on August. In June 2019, Ortagus said the United States views Canada's claim that the waters of the Northwest Passage, internal waters of Canada, as inconsistent with international law. In October 2020, Ortagus said that the United States had expressed its strong opposition to the government of Turkey's acquisition of the Russian S-400 system, and that the United States has been clear on our expectation that the S-400 system should not be operationalized. She argues that global food insecurity is not just a humanitarian crisis, but also a national security threat for America, fostering conditions ripe for terrorism and mass migration. She advocates for the U.S. to invest in market-based solutions and agricultural technologies to alleviate the crisis, while competing with hostile nations like China. Ortagus married Jonathan Weinberger, an attorney, in 2013, and the couple have a daughter, Ardina, born in 2020. Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg, Ortagus' neighbor, presided over their wedding. This is her second marriage. Her first ended in divorce. Ortagus converted to Judaism after exploring the religion while living in Baghdad. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos.